Welcome to Algeomulus Prep Academy. The lesson for today is related rates for circles and spheres. When the radius equals 4 centimeters, at what rate is the area of the circle changing if the radius is increasing at a rate of 6 centimeters per second? First, we will draw a diagram of the problem, making sure to only label fixed values. From this, we can see the fixed value of dr dt equals 6 centimeters per second. The radius equals 4 centimeters. We are trying to find the rate at which the area is increasing with respect to time. To solve the problem, our first step will be to find the derivative of the area formula. We will use the power rule to do this. After using the power rule, we are left with dA dt equals 2 pi r times dr dt. Next, we can plug in the fixed values into dA dt. Plug in 6 for dr dt and 4 for r. We are left with 48 pi. We can then simplify 48 pi into 150.7964474. However, we must always round to 3 decimal places. This means the rate of change of the area is 150.796 centimeters squared per second. A spherical balloon is being filled with air at a rate of 27 feet cubed per minute. How fast is the balloon's radius increasing at the instant the radius is 3 feet? First, we must diagram the problem. When doing this, we must make sure to only assign fixed values to the diagram. In this diagram, we can see how the volume is increasing at a rate of 27 feet cubed per minute. We are trying to find the rate at which the radius is increasing when the radius equals 3 feet. In order to solve this problem, we must first note the formula for the volume of a sphere. V equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. We must then find its derivative. When doing this, we can use the chain rule for r. First, we bring down the power, subtract 1 from the power, and take the derivative of r. After simplifying completely, this leaves us with dv dt equals 4 pi r squared times dr dt. Because we know dv dt equals 27, we can substitute this value into the equation, leaving us with 27 equals 4 pi r squared times dr dt. Now, to solve for dr dt, we can substitute 3 in for r. This leaves us with 27 equals 36 pi times dr dt. To solve for dr dt, we will divide both sides by 36 pi, leaving us with dr dt equals 3 over 4 pi. Because we must give our answer in decimal form, we can simplify 3 over 4 pi into 0.2387324146. We must then round our answer to 3 decimal places, so dr dt now equals 0.239 feet per minute. Therefore, the radius is increasing at a rate of 0.239 feet per minute when the radius equals 3. A spherical balloon is being drained at a rate of 125 inches cubed per minute. At what rate is the surface area of the balloon decreasing when the diameter is 20 inches? We will first diagram the problem. Keep in mind to not assign any values that are not fixed to the diagram. Because the formulas for both volume and surface area are written in terms of radius, we will convert the diameter to radius. We are trying to find the rate at which the surface area is increasing when the radius equals 10 and dv dt equals negative 125 inches cubed per minute. In order to find the rate of change of the radius, we must first derive the formula for the volume of a sphere first. We will do this by using the chain rule. This leaves us with dv dt equals 4 pi r squared times dr dt. We can now replace negative 125 for dv dt and 10 for r. This leaves us with negative 125 equals 400 pi dr dt. In order to solve for dr dt, we will divide both sides by 400 pi, which leaves us with dr dt equals negative 5 over 16 pi. For the next part, we must first derive the formula for surface area, which is S equals 4 pi r squared. We can do this by using the chain rule. which leaves us with ds dt equals 8 pi r times dr dt. In the equation ds dt equals 8 pi r dr dt, we can substitute in negative 5 over 16 pi for dr dt and 10 for r. This gives us ds dt equals negative 25 inches squared per minute. Therefore, the surface area is decreasing at a rate of 25 inches squared per minute when the diameter is 20 inches. Thank you for watching Algae Prep Academy. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for more math help.